Hello, Sagittarius. This is a timeless love variant reading. Bear in mind a few details before we get into the reading. I am Master Seventh. I reads these energies for you, aka Seventh, should you want to know who she is, what I'm all about. There is details found in a link in the description box below. A little detail, as I am a master healer that provides remote wellness and tarot intuitive insights. Alright? You may be here, Sagittarius, in your sun rising and or Jupiter position. In that case, this reading may provide you universal justice. Should it be anywhere else that you're aware of or you're interested in, or just in general can see yourself benefiting, you may be in search of emotional redemption, where that my sister channel comes in handy and more or less provides that type of content for you. Every content is timeless within both channels, and there's links within the description box as well to help you navigate both, should that be interesting to you. Okay? Remember, this is not a one-to-one. It's not you and me sitting down in the reading. It's me sharing a perspective. I call it storytelling time, whether or not, however, love may be present or absent in your life. All right, this is your timeless love variant reading. All right, Page of Wands. So you're in the fire element. You're in your zone. I think you're figuring out what that applies for you. How mature are you? You know, what do you want? What do you desire? Who do you like? Who do you think likes you? It's a little bit of gossipy. You know, it's a little about getting the tea, a little nosy, you know, like being a little involved, sometimes a bit too much involved, and people want to tell you, back up, you know, look at that. Back up, Seven of Wands energy. You know, and you're fighting back, you're barking back. I'm not backing up. I'm here. I'm taking up space, you know. Why do you need me to back up? And if you catch that attitude too much, you're actually literally going to find yourself backing up and moving away from people that just no longer fit the narrative of your existence. Yeah, look at that. All right, you're moving away from people that no longer serve yourself. This energy of the Queen energy, your fire element. All right, you have the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Empress energy. There's fire written all over this reading. All right, you're you're high and mighty and pretty much untouchable in the degree of at least holding value that what you give is to be gotten at this time, and people want that shit. Okay, and you're like, yeah, I know you want that shit. At the same time, I'm gonna do shit that's emotionally available for me, that includes me showing emotionally for myself too. Showing up emotionally for myself as well, that attitude, okay? You're not interested in serving people for themselves, or even being so much an audience for misery that just enjoys having company and then being miserable. You're rather wanting to work with people, bring yourself around individuals slowly that aren't afraid to talk about the hardships in life, and within that build connectivity, diversity. I think diversity is needed in somebody's life deeply, definitely, and like emotional diversity here. It's very interesting. And I think you're anticipatory of more of that coming, being welcomed into your universe, into your space, into your life for wellness, okay? I think some of you have been dealing with illness, and with perception change are turning that into a sustainable wellness. I like that shit, very much so, okay? Knight of Swords, anticipatory, all right? With the Three of Wands, you're waiting for something to come in. I do feel it's more a physical object, so it's more so, not to objectify or dehumanize, but it's more so a person. I'm feeling more matured adult coming through. But yet, why is it Knight of Swords energy and not King? Right? Why is it not that energy if this is a mature energy? It's because this person is spiritually not in the level where you are, yet will immediately get like knighted in reuniting with you. And this reuniting is not inclusive of someone that you've already met in this life. If this is past life coming through, that will make sense to you the moment this person would be to make an entrance to you in your life. Okay, we have the 4 feathers, so it's a resting, rejuvenation, seeing the signs for what they can possibly be, and not necessarily having to entertain them so much, but seeing them as what they want to represent themselves as. We have the nine energy hermit. Okay, so you're coming full circle with a version of yourself while accepting polarity. Okay, you are in charge of your own value. You are in charge of your own integrity. You are in charge of your own spiritual detox, and not trusting a lot of other people to get close to you, which is part of your biggest strengths here. I think you could utilize working with a master healer of some kind, not Reiki level 1 or level 2. Okay, I don't see you benefiting from that. Okay, I think you would benefit from something more prestigious, if that rings a bell for you. I think this is also a time to not allow others to work for you in regards to spiritual detox. All right, don't allow like a medium to burn a candle for you. Like, don't spend your money on that shit. Go to 99 cents store, pick that color of interest of a candle, burn it yourself, and spend time with it. There's a bit of too much materialism coming through someone who is still codependent of the material aspect of life, materialism. Maybe they're also in a connection with someone who is just too materialistic, and that's like, it's destroying the other person within this connection. We have the 7 of feathers. You know, it's not easy finding spiritual likeness, especially when you're also trying to figure out what that even entails for you and what is contingent on refreshing that part of that rhythm within your life. What do? Do you dance? Do you actually sunbathe? Do you sun gaze? Do you sound bath? Do you acupuncture, chiropractor, Reiki? Do you come see me? You know, do you do tarot? Do you meditate? Do you yoga? Do you do Pilates? Are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Are you an ear, throat, and nose doctor? Are you oncologist? Are you a gynecologist? Are you an anesthesiologist? Are you a biologist, a chemist? Like, there's so many roles to fortify wellness for someone else. Yet there are also times where certainly not only of what they provide and what they intend to target after make them different from one another, yet then there's also a level of acceptance via what more than one person, this aka then society, sees worthy of this sort of expression of interest. Which then is then that leaves room for having conversations, dramatic, gossip, getting the tea, opinionated, judgmental, prejudiced, maybe even racist, all because it's expressive towards something. And if we are vulnerable individuals because we take things personal, or to take things personal is the only thing that you can do for taking in that information, what are you supposed to do? What example do you have or could you make in life to take what it is that you have and pretty much compare it to that and see, well, yeah, maybe I, because of this comparison, I want that rather than what this is. And some of you then try to see whether or not you can take part of what you learned that didn't come from the said person or said thing in question to compare it to. And then you take that aspect and you say, I really wish you could do this. If you did this, this would make me happy. You don't do this, but this is what I need, and then fall short. And the ongoing arguments that happen over and over, you trying to convince yourself that you can ask this person to give this to you. This person saying because you came to them with an offer that is foreign to them, they want to, but maybe in that perspective can't give you, don't show up to giving you that. It causes a separation. And it causes then also the person to be, both parties involved, to be more mature within a realization of something. You can't change someone. You can't even ask someone to start doing something, because you may run down the line with the expectation that because you had an expectation, it might also lose this energy of interest. Not everybody likes being told what to do. But does that mean that's not somebody around that may like hearing what it is that they need to do? Sure. There's so many ways this world can get fucked over and be a great asset to you. Essentially, it's perspective, experiences, adventure, consequences, choices, karma, dharma, inner, outer, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's ongoing quantum magic. You can go on and on and on in any direction, and you'll never reach an end. So it then makes sense to pay attention to what your limits are. And knowing that if you need to expand, you can always give yourself permission to expand that limit. You have to put that limit. It has to be consensual matters within your own universe and that of which other people want to enter and be part of. Because people will do the same thing. Work teaches you that. If you work at a place that is owned by someone else, you work for that person. And whatever role you have might be different to the other person, but you're all working under the same person for the same deed. And that deed isn't about caring to put money in your pocket so that you can put food on the table. That's your own personal need. But that's not the need of the person needing you that you work for. That's not their priority. That's the function towards a necessary flow to then that same need. So the Wheel of Fortune teaches you those steps. Some people have certain assets to certain steps, certain pivots to others. Some need to seem to see themselves having to show up more than what maybe another person has to show up to. It's very sad because it can drive individuals to the loony bin. Literally and not literally, metaphorically too, like absolutely crazy and making sense of the overload of feeling and the absolute need to be empathic and with themselves and others, just maybe lacking resources in doing so. Alright, I'm being told to leave the messages where they are. Alright, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether this time and space. May you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.